Right guys, new project time. People have been asking, what's your new project for the new year, Dan? What's your new project? The Mondeo went, as you know, but I was not looking for something whatsoever until I've been on the lookout for one of these for a long time, and you'll know why when you see it. It's probably my favourite vehicle, average vehicle, that has ever been made. It's the number one for easy to work on, cheap to maintain. As a mechanic, I hardly have any problems with them, and the odd jobs you do have with them are a doddle. And they just run and run and run forever, if looked after. And I've been on the lookout for exactly what this is for ages now, absolutely ages, because I regret selling a one that I had a few years ago. So, it's a van. It's a diesel, obviously. I'm not going to go too much into it other than I'll just switch the camera around and let you know what it is. But how it happened was, I seen it for sale in Gosforth, and then I realised the van parked next to it was literally a guy who lives opposite us. So I messaged him, and he's like, yeah, it's my partner's dad's van. He's owned it from brand new in Devon, so it's not had all the crap with that up here. And they've moved up here, up the Newcastle way. And he's just, obviously he's in his 60s, he's not wanting to carry on as a paint and decorator. It's been a paint and decorator's van again, so it's not had heavy use. So he's just brought the van up from Devon. It's just been drove up from Devon last week, problem free. Has got a few issues, which I'll go through. One issue is why it's running right now. But let's switch the camera around and see what it is. And please don't be disappointed. It's not a Bugatti van or a flipping something mental like that, you know what I mean? Like something out the... It's just a bog standard van, but I love it. Absolutely love it. Bosh, there you go. Oh, here's a comment. Boring, Dan. Sorry, guys. Astra G Mark IV 1700 CDTI Isuzu engine. You cannot get a better little van. The only downside is, unlike the Combo, they haven't quite got as big as back. All it is an Astra Estate car. That's it. But what I will say, the Combos are based on the Corsa, and that the engines are rammed in, and the Corsa front suspension setup was nowhere near as strong as the Astra. These are based on what Safira's are, and they can cope with it no bother. Few things. Number one, it's an 06 plate. Very, very, very last of the Astra G. Something I've always wanted. A one that's basically got, like my one in the garage is 99, so this has got like 7 years on that one. It's just a head start. It's 7 years newer. No other particular reason why, but I've always wanted a late one. Reg, Essex Reg, but it's been down in Devon, so it's a southern vehicle. Again, it's not an awful white. It's a nice blue colour. It's just different. Metallic blue. I really like it. Yes, it's got the odd few little bits, and it's been keyed there or something, but you can see the guy's actually touched it in. That shows somebody that cares. You're not going to get your bonnet resprayed. Definitely not. It's the LS as well. We had spec, but I'll get into that later. So it's got some nice wheel trims on, genuine Vauxhall ones, which I will be cleaning up and cable tying on. A Vanguard roof rack, which is really handy for me to have for when I need to run things back and forth to the garage and when I'm just doing general housework. Spot on that. Let's have a look. We'll go on the back. Obviously, forget the name, I'll be taking that off. They weren't going to let it sell until they were off, but since the nose, I'm the neighbour, I'm going to have a go of getting it off. But it just seems to be, I don't want to mark it. I want to take my time with the heat gun and everything in plastic blades and get it off. So, yeah, first thing I'll get his number off and that. But again, it's got the odd little mark here and there, but nothing too bad. But one thing I want to say, guys, anybody knows an Astra G, back wheel arches fall to bits. They're dirty, but they're barely even starting anywhere to go. They're like mint. And once I get into them and touch these little bits up, but there's nothing on that. That is in such good condition. Round the back, I'll get to this in a minute. It's the CDTI, but there's more to it. Right, straight up what I'm over the moon with. It's got the dog guard on the back window to stop anybody smashing the back window and getting in. Secondly, it's got the mid guard so that if somebody smashes a window at the front, they can't get into the dogs in the back. Plus it's carpeted, plus it's poly-lined out. Happy days. The only downside, it isn't like my other one with the seats in the back, but I can live with the one seat. It's just part of the deal, isn't it, of buying a car-sized van. Again, heated rear windscreen, rear wiper. The window can still be seen out, which I like, so it's a bit light for the dogs. Oh yeah, sorry, 4 brand new tyres. and these look like they're a cheap brand, but these look like what we've been getting recently, these Cormorants, like made in the Michelin factory. So 4 brand new tyres, straight up mint, back arch again. These are normally knackered. By the time I get these polished up, this is just dirt, this, by the way, guys. That's just dirt. I'm actually, when you turn up to someone's house and I seen it, I didn't want to let on that I liked it as much. Again, unfortunately, it's been keyed or marked or scraped or something there. But it's a working van. I'm certainly not. I'm going to polish it up and look after it, but I'm not going to be standing, you know, giving it the full polish day in, day out. It's obviously had a new mirror on that side, but it did have, which I can get from a scrapyard, no bother, even colour-coded mirrors. So then onto the LS. Show you in the front. We had spec though, so we've got windy windows, manual mirrors. But when we jump in, we've got aircon. Probably doesn't work, but I'll give it a go gassing it up in the summer. Got aircon. Obviously CD player, the usual. It's got the dual light plus an alarm, factory fitted alarm. It's got, well, I'll have to turn up. The seats are all in good nick. Nothing wrong with them at all. I'm over the moon with it. Even the driver's seat, just that little bit, but crikey, for the age of the van. And I love this proper custom made one with a little hole for the dogs to shove their nose through. Happy days. And it's only got 123,000 mile on. And as we all know, the good old Isuzu 1.7 diesel engine, these things can do 500,000 miles and not even break a sweat. I've already I'll just pause it. So there we go. Quite a quiet, refined engine. I don't know how it sounds on film, but the timing belt was done 20,000 mile ago. That'll diddly do me. Saves me the hassle. But this is the CDTI, so just in case you don't know, you get the DTI. Yes, the DTIs are probably more reliable, but there's one fundamental point, guys, which I want to run through with this. This is not a car, remember. And you'll be like, yeah, duh, Dan. Yeah, but it isn't a car, it's a van, right? So whether or not you've got a Corsa van, a Fiesta van, whatever, on van tax. So it's £300 tax, or maybe I think about 320 or something now. So this would be £320 tax. Yet if it was a car, it would only be like 120 or £30 tax. So this is what put me off, and I'm hoping this is, I need to double check on the logbook, but I've checked everything and it even does say on the logbook. I'm hoping, I could be disappointed here, but it categorises under, I'll swing it around, somebody just went by there, but what it is, there's a Euro 4 for vans. So you've got your standard van tax, which is 300 quid or something, which is anything from a long wheelbase Sprinter to a Corsa van. Then you've got your Euro 4 van tax. Now these are vehicles from, I think, 2000 and, was it? I've got it on my phone, but I can't go through, but it's basically, I think, from about 2004 to the end of 2006 that meets criteria of Euro 4, or only £140 road tax. And then they did a Euro 5 one, and it was the same between like particular dates, and then they finished doing it because they realised they were losing too much money. So basically, if this was a DTI, it would be 330 quid or something tax. Just because it's the CDTI and it's the Euro 4, it's only 140, which is mint for me with all these different cars on the fleet. £140 is cheaper than the Altea, it's cheaper than the ZX, it's cheaper than both the Mercedes. So believe it or not, this is going to be the cheapest one on the fleet to tax. Need to check with that with the logbook, which I will check. But anyways, what do you think of it, guys? Mint and clean under here, your aircon pump, lovely and dry, no leaks. Sounds absolutely great. All the front end, and it's like new underneath. It really is like new. I'm just going to shut the bonnet. Oh, brand new battery as well. Brand new battery. There is a few faults with it. First up, what I've noticed is the handbrake's a bit dicky, and this wheel at the side here, since it's been drove back from Devon, is stinking. So get that drum off and it'll just be a seized wheel cylinder or brake shoe or a handbrake cable or something like that. Not the end of the world, don't particularly care. Oh, it's even got half a tank of diesel in as well. Well, it was until it was, I've got it parked down on a hill. And the only other thing it's doing is throwing up an engine light, hence I've got my scanner plugged into it. It's not on at the minute. What's happening is, it's not very good at starting up, and it's got an engine management light on, and it's coming up as a boost pressure leak. again, I've got a video to release on this on the Fiat engines. What's it saying? It's got a charge leak, basically. It hasn't. What it is the EGR valve is totally clogged because our dad lived down in Devon, down all the country lanes, not doing long journeys. And what's happened is, it's just getting clogged up. So what we're going to do is take the little throttle body off, shut off valve, clean all that out, and then get into the EGR. They're very difficult to clean on these. Get the little pick in, clean it out, leave some Mr. Muscle in overnight, build it all back up, and it should be alright. If not, I'm going to have to dismantle it further, but I know that's what the fault is. The reason it's not starting in the mornings and it's a bit hesitant to start and we're getting lights up is definitely on that, because I've done a code scan and that's what's coming up. EGR valve flow not right, and the flap gets stuck with all the... It's a dirty job, but we'll get that done when I get time. So that's why I've not turned the engine off, because it was a bit reluctant to start earlier on the drive. But what happens is when it gets the readings from the EGR, if the EGR is not in the right position, it won't allow it to start. So that's the issue. But then again, we're not talking a lot of money for it. But I'm absolutely over the moon with it. So I'm going to leave. We'll do one last walk round of it. Let us know what you think, guys. I think it's going to be a good little van for the channel, actually. A vehicle that I can use just for flitting about for the garage. I'll show you it underneath, but it is. I'm not getting down on my hands and knees on this mud. But you got to remember, this is a Devon vehicle, not a northeastern vehicle. And them arches just tell the story themselves. Front subframes rot out on these terribly because of the under trays, but with this being a late one on an 06, there is no tray. It hasn't fallen off, but they just didn't come with them, which is perfect, because I've had my hair underneath and it's like new, the subframe. So the nice people have just given us the key, said, oh, we're done, have yourself a drive, we're going to go and do something. When we come back, let us know if you want it, let us know how much you want to pay. Happy days. I've got the cash, I'm going to buy it anyways. Even if that's the full asking price, I'll pay it. But I think they're going to knock a couple £100 off for us, because like I said to them, I'll come to the house and it wasn't starting. Turn, nothing. Turn, nothing. And it's a bit like most people would just go, bye-bye. I'm still willing to do the deal. I've just got to get it off their drive and park it at my door. If it doesn't start, I'm buying it off them, sold the scene with faults, and they know they haven't got no hassle, because some people will pay little money and expect a brand new vehicle. I don't. I know the vehicle's got problems, and if the bloody thing blows up, it's tough whack. That's a private sale, guys. Bought and sold the scene, you know what I mean? So, yeah, we're going to leave it there. Let us know what you think. I'm getting some photos. I might put this video up sometime in the week, once I've done the deal. Do you think I've made a mistake or not? The only problem I've got now is I've got the 3 cars coming out of storage and the Altea. So I'm a little bit, may have to let one go, because I do need a van for daily at work. I like my Altea as a long distance. ZX for shows, ML I need for the caravan. The C-Class could be the next one to go, not with the reg. And you've all seen how good that one, so don't expect us to be selling it for flipping £500 or something like that, because you will not get a better car than that. So if any of you out there are interested in my C-Class, if you haven't seen it, scroll back a few months on the videos. I did a vlog picking it up. It's like a brand new car, and when I say a brand new car, I mean a 1-year-old car, and it's 20 years old. It is mint, and it's been locked in storage all this winter, so it's missed that again. And it's been Lango guarded, and I've done a full service on it, platinum plugs, you name it, everything. It's ready to go. I've got the wheel spacers on the back, full panoramic roof, 200 brake horsepower, supercharged version. It's a corker, guys. If anybody's interested in it, drop us a message. I may be tempted, but we'll see what happens with the sale of the van first. So I'll catch you soon. Hope you've enjoyed it. Please remember, if you like this, hit the like. Even if you don't like the van, guys, just hit the like. If you've took the time to watch it, helps my channel. Leave us a comment, and if you haven't already done so, hit subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next video.